This is a special report from ABC News Digital.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tanya Rivero in New York with an ABC News Digital special report. Investigators are trying to find out what exactly caused an FBI agent to shoot a man in Orlando, Florida, being questioned about the Boston bombings. The FBI believes 27-year-old Ibragim Todashev was friends with the Boston bombing suspects. For more on this recent development, we go live now to ABC's Aaron Katursky. Hi there, Aaron.
Tanya, good morning. This Ibragim Todashev was being questioned in connection with the marathon attack. There was no immediate suggestion he was in any way involved directly, but he was apparently an associate of Tamerlan Tsarnaev, the older of the two brothers who are the prime suspects in the bombings.
I may have met with Todashev more than once. Do we know why he was so strongly on their radar?
You know, we don't know specifically, but the FBI has been picking out folks in the Chechen community, and they've been doing it up and down the I-95 corridor. We know that they were in New Hampshire earlier this month. Now we learned that they were in Orlando, at least early this morning, and they have been going through trying to find associates of Tamerlan Tsarnaev. Ibragim Todashev, we don't know the specific relationship, but may have met Tsarnaev in Boston. He was also involved in the same mixed martial arts crowd that Tamerlan Tsarnaev was involved with, but the specific nature of the relationship is not known yet.
So what else do we know about this man? Anything, like you said, we know that he was perhaps involved in the martial arts community. He perhaps lived in Boston. Any other information?
Not much. And the FBI says right now the priority is on figuring out what exactly caused what's described to us as a violent confrontation early this morning at Todashev's apartment, where the FBI agent from Boston, accompanied by a couple of members of the Massachusetts State Police, were there to interview him about his relationship with Tamerlan Tsarnaev. And apparently that interview had been going well. The suspect was cooperative, and there was nothing to suggest that it would rise to the ugly level that it did. But at some point, we're told, the FBI agent perceived a threat. There were some injuries to the FBI agent before he shot and killed Ibragim Todashev, 27 years old, Chechen, but living in Orlando.
Now, it's interesting because looking into the story a little bit, I saw a report that he was also recently in trouble with the law over perhaps injuring a man over an argument over a parking space. Is that correct? That
happened early this month, around the 4th of May, and he was booked for aggravated assault and processed in circuit court in Florida, but released. They paid about $3,500 bail at the time. So that was the only prior that he had in terms of run-ins with the Orlando area authorities. Nothing in his background to suggest that he could be connected with any kind of militancy that we know of yet, or something that would link him directly to the marathon attacks.
Now, as you said, not a lot of information has come out yet about this exact incident and what caused the shooting death. But at the same time, the FBI has released a statement making it clear that there were other witnesses there during this questioning, correct?
Yeah, and they want people to know that this wasn't just an FBI agent's word against somebody else's. This was an agent with Massachusetts State Police officers who had come down from Boston for the direct purpose of interviewing Todashev and perhaps some others in the Orlando area regarding the marathon attacks. And what specifically Todashev may have been involved with, we're not sure. It may have just been running down all known associates of Tamerlan Tsarnaev. They've been doing it in other states. They were doing it now in Florida. This one ended in a death.
Now, our affiliate in Orlando, WFTV, is reporting that one of Todashev's friends has said he wanted to fly home to Chechnya, but authorities had urged him to stay for just one more interview. And this may have been what put him over the edge, causing that violent confrontation with the FBI. Was he frustrated? Was he tired of being questioned? This period of questioning happened more than just early this morning, we understand. So what exactly led to that confrontation is going to be key. And of course, if there were travels in Chechnya, remember, Tamerlan Tsarnaev's apparent radicalization is believed to have happened overseas. We know, according to our own reporting, that he had been involved with at least 2 militants who have since been killed by the Russian security services. And in fact, it may have been one of those militants who first tipped off the Russians to Tsarnaev, who then tipped off the FBI. And we know that there have been
been some questions raised about whether enough was done with that chain of reporting.
And of course, we just don't know if Todashev himself had been traveling back and forth to Russia either. Now, do we have any clue as to whether he may have been armed during this confrontation?
That's going to be a big question. Did he have some kind of a gun? What was the nature of the threat that the FBI agent perceived before he shot and killed him? Apparently, there must have been some kind of an attack, because we're told the FBI agent sustained some injuries, non-life-threatening, but nonetheless was taken to the hospital.
Well, I'm sure that much more about this incident will be coming out in the hours and the days ahead. ABC's Aaron Katersky, thank you for that.
Thanks, Tanya.
For the latest on the FBI investigation into this Orlando shooting of an alleged friend of the Boston bombers, go to abcnews.com. I'm Tanya Rivero in New York, and this has been an ABC News Digital Special Report.
This has been a special report from ABC News Digital.